time and work. You take up any competitive exam. The questions on time and work are frequently asked. If it comes to placement training, or you can call it campus recruitment training, you take up any question paper from any company, you'll find at least one question on time and work. With proper concept clarity, I assure you that any question on time and work can be solved with 100% accuracy. Hi, I'm Praveen Jadhav. Welcome to Learn Online. My first question to you is, what is that we need to do a piece of work? To do a piece of work, we need some men and some time T to do that work. Now, I've represented the work with a W and men with M and time with T. Now, I like to keep the work as to be a constant and increase the number of men for the same work. If I increase the number of men for the same work, the time taken will be more or less? The time taken will be less. If I decrease the number of men to do the same work W, the time taken will be more or less? The time taken will be more. So what is the relationship between men and time here? Yes, you are right. There is inverse proportionality between men and time. This men here can be, depending upon the question, it can be laborers, machines, or I can also call it rate of work or speed. So this can also be called rate of work or speed. Now, I do not know where to place my work, whether in the numerator or in the denominator. So, how do I go about it? Now, initially, wherever there exists a proportionality, there exists a constant. I took W as to be a constant. In the next scenario, let me take time as to be a constant. Now, my time is constant. What is that I need to do a piece of work? I need men and some work W will be done. Now, for the same time period, let's say an hour. For the same time period, if I increase the number of men, what will happen to work? The work done will be more or the work done will be less? Yes, the work done will be more. If I decrease the number of men for the same time T, the work done will be less or work done will be more? The work done will be less. So what is the relationship between men and work here? Direct proportionality. Men and work are related with direct proportionality. Now, from these two equations that I have derived here, can I arrive at a conclusion which says M, that is rate of work or speed, is equals to work upon time? Now, this relationship is going to play a vital role throughout our session on time and work. Now, we'll be taking up our popular movie Sholay and the characters within that movie and try to understand the different circumstances or different type of questions that will be posed to us in time and work and what our approach should be to those questions. Concept of two men working together. Okay, here our heroes, that is Jai and Veeru, will be helping us to understand this concept. Now, the question will be something like this. Jai can do a piece of work in 10 days, whereas Veeru takes 15 days to do the same piece of work. If Jai and Veeru are working together, concept of two men working together, if Jai and Veeru are working together, in how many days will they be able to finish the work? What is the conventional approach that you guys follow or you have been following? It will be something like this. I'll calculate 1 day's work, 1 by 10th. Jai's 1 day's work will be 1 by 10th plus Veeru's will be 1 by 15. That gives me 1 upon LCM is 30. That is now here I'll get 3 and a plus and 2, that gives me 5 upon 30. That is nothing but 1 by 6 Yes, if I invert it, that is nothing but 6 days. You don't understand this? Do not bother. Because this is the approach that we are not going to follow. What is that we are going to do? We are going to follow LCM method, in which we will be calculating the speed at which Jay and Viru are working. Now, we will be following a certain set of SOPs. What do I mean by SOP? I've given it a name. It is nothing but standard operating procedures. Here, what will be the first step? The question, again, the same question. Jay can do it in 10 days. Jay can do a piece of work in 10 days, whereas Viru takes 15 days to do the same piece of work. If Jay and Viru are working together, in how many days will they be able to finish the same piece of work? First step, that is our standard operating procedure, is we have to assume the work has to be the LCM of 10 and 15. That is number of days that Jay and Viru take. So, I'll assume it has to be 30 units. Yes, larger number is 15. Multiples of 15, 15, 30. 30, is it divisible by 10? Yes. Is it divisible by 15? Yes. So, 30 will be my LCM. So, rate of work of Jay, or the speed at which Jay works, is nothing but 30 units divided by 10 days. 30 units divided by 10 days. That gives me how much? 3 units per day. Do you agree? Jay works at the speed of 3 units per day. Whereas Viru will work 30 units divided by 15 days at the speed of 2 units per day. So totally, when Jay and Viru both are working, they complete 5 units per day. They're completing how much? 5 units per day. To complete the total work that we have assumed, that is how much? 30 units. How much time will they take? That will be nothing but 30 units divided by 5 units per day. Units cancel, days goes up, 5 ones and 6. This is 6 days. This is exactly what we got here. But since the numbers were easy here, the calculation was faster. But here, as we take the work, as we assume the work has to be the LCM, the calculations will always be in our favor. Many of you would be of the opinion that, why did you take 30 only? Why, Praveen? Why 30 only? Can't I use some other number and get the answer? Yes, let's try. Let's have a look at it. The next number that is divisible by both 10 and 15. So the number must definitely end with a 0 because I have a 10 here. So let me assume it as 60. Now if the work is 60, let me solve it for you here. Jay can do it in 10 days and Viru can do it in 15 days. I'm assuming this time the work has to be 60 units. And what will be the rate of work of Jay? 60 units divided by 10 days. That gives me 6 units per day. And that of Viru will be 4 units per day. Yes. Now, totally, when Jay and Viru are both working together, Jay plus Viru, that gives me how much? 6 and 4? 10 units per day. Total work, I've assumed it has to be 60 units. And when Jay and Viru are working together, they work at the speed of 10 units per day. So that leaves me with units cancel, 0 goes away, days goes up, 6 days. Exactly what I got when I took the work has to be 30 units. Now again there must be a question. What if I take my favorite number 100? Yes, you'll get the same answer. Please solve using the total work has to be 100 units and post your comments, post your answers in the comments. Under the concept of two men working together, we can have questions on missing data. Now, our characters here are Jay and Viru, and the questions will be something like this. Jay can complete a piece of work in 10 days, and Jay and Viru together can complete in 6 days. Jay can complete it in 10 days, and Jay and Viru together can complete it in 6 days. How many days will it take for Viru to complete the same piece of work? Now, our procedure, that is SOP, will remain the same. What do I have to do? I have to calculate, I have to assume the total work has to be the LCM of time given to me. Time taken by Jay is 10 and Jay and Viru is 6. LCM of 10 and 6 is 30 units. So what is the speed at which or the rate at which Jay is working? We know the relation rate of work is equals to work upon time. So what is my work here? Work is 30 units and time is 10 days. So that gives me how much? 3 units. Days goes up 3 units per day. So Jay works at the speed of 3 units per day. And Viru, we do not know. Jay and Viru together complete it in 6 days. 30 units of work is completed in 6 days. So 30 units divided by 6 days, that gives me rate of work of Jay and Viru together. That is nothing but 5 units per day. 5 units per day. Yes. Now, Jay and Viru together complete 5 units, out of which Jay is doing 3 units of work. So how much should Viru do? This void is nothing but the work done by Viru. So what should I add here such that the total becomes 5? I have to add 2 units per day. Now the speed of Jay, the speed of Viru is 2 units per day. Speed of Viru is 2 units per day. What is the time taken by him? If I modify this formula, time is equals to what will be it? Work upon rate of work or speed. Now, time is what I have to calculate. So, I have written in terms of time. Work is how much? 30 units. What is the rate at which he works or the speed of Viru? 2 units per day. Units cancel. Days goes up to 1 times and to 15 times. That leaves me with 15 days. So, it takes 15 days for Viru to complete the same piece of work. Now, if you have any issue with calculating the LCM here, please watch our videos on LCM by Abhilash Verma. Now, in the previous case, we saw that Jay and Viru, that is 2 people were working. What if 3 people are working? Now, the storyline is something like this. Now, Jay and Viru were working as usual. Jay took 10 days to complete a piece of work, whereas Viru took 15 days to complete a piece of work. Now, Basanti saw Jay and Viru working. She said, I will also work with you. And Basanti took 12 days to complete the same piece of work. The question will be something like this. Please pay attention. Jay can complete a piece of work in 10 days. Viru can complete the same piece of work in 15 days. And Basanti can complete the same piece of work in 12 days. If Jay, Viru and Basanti are working together, in how much time will they be able to finish the work? Now, start thinking. What will be the first step of ours? Our standard operating procedure is, we'll assume the work has to be the LCM of number of days taken by Jay, Viru and Basanti. That is 10, 15 and 12. Larger number is 15. Multiples of 15 are 15. So, my LCM must end with a 0 because I have a 10 here. So 15, 30, 60. Yes, 60 is it in the multiple of 10, 15 yes, 12 yes. So 60 units will be my work that I'm going to assume. So what will be the speed of Jay? 60 units divided by 10 days. That gives me, yes, 6 units per day. That of Viru will be 60 by 15, 4 units per day. That of Basanti will be 5 units per day. Now, when Jay, Viru and Basanti are working together, they will be completing how many units? 6 and 4, 10 and 5, 15 units per day. They are completing 15 units per day. So, total of 60 units will be completed in how many days? 60 units divided by, when Jay, Viru and Basanti are working, they complete 15 units per day. Units cancel, days goes up, 15 once, 15, 4 times 15, 4 times, that gives me 4 days. Yes, able to understand? Now, these 4 days are what? The time taken by Jay, Viru and Basanti to complete the work when they are working together. We saw it in the previous case that Jay, Viru and Basanti were working together. After a while, Basanti left. And Jay and Viru started working on alternate days. God knows why. But that gave rise to our concept of alternate day work. Now, concept of alternate day work. The question will be something like this. Jai can complete a piece of work in 10 days, whereas Viru can complete the same piece of work in 15 days. Now, if Jai and Viru are working on alternate day, in how much time will they be able to complete the same piece of work? Now, I hope you are able to understand the question, and my procedure remains the same. What is the first step that I will do? I'll assume the work has to be the LCM of 10 and 15. Now it will be again 30 units. Yes. So rate of work of J, that is the speed of J, will be what? It will be, yes, 3 units per day, and that of Viru will be 2 units per day. Yes. So when J and Viru both are working, they will be able to complete how much? 5 units every 2 days. Now, why is it 2 days? Because they are working on alternate day. Let's have a look at it. Just pay attention here. Let's say this is the first day, second day, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. Okay. First day, who worked? Yes. Who worked? Jai worked. Next, Viru. Next, who worked? Jai. Next, Viru. Next, Jai. Sixth day, Viru. So, Jai completed how many units? He is used to completing 3 units of work, and here Viru completes 2 units. Jai completes 3 units and Viru completes 2 units. So, effectively, this 5 unit work is completed in how many days? 5 units of work is completed every 2 days. Every 2 days, 5 units of work is completed. So, 5 units, 2 days. 30 units, how many days? 5 I have to get to 30, I have to multiply it with a 6. And here also, since I am multiplying the LHS with a 6, I have to multiply my RH also with a 6. That gives me 12 days. Now, why I multiplied with 6? This is again a question that might be bothering you. So, let's say, have a look at this. 5 units, 2 days, 30 units. How many days? X days. Cross multiply it and get the answer for me. So, X will be equals to 30 into 2 divided by 5. 5 ones and 6, 6 into 2 gives me 12, exactly what we have got here. I hope you are able to understand the concept of alternate day work. Now, our next character, that is Gabbar, is going to come into play. And I want you to pay complete attention. I want your unhindered attention towards the screen. Now, what will Gabbar do? Gabbar is a villain and he is bound to do bad things. So, he will do destruction. And Jai, our hero, being a hero, he will do construction. The question will be something like this. Jai can build a wall in 10 days and Gabbar can destroy the same wall in 15 days. If Jai and Viru are working together, if Jai and Gabbar are working together, in how many days will they be able to finish the wall? So, Jai is who? Jai is a builder. And Gabbar is a destroyer. Yes. So, our procedure will remain the same. What is the standard operating procedure? I'll assume the work has to be the LCM of 10 and 15, that is 30 units. Now, Jai does work at what speed? He does work at speed of 3 units per day, and since he is a builder, he does positive work. And Gabbar will be working at the speed of what? Or his rate of work will be what? 30 units divided by 15 days, that gives me 2 units per day, and since he is a destroyer, he will be doing negative work. So effectively, when Jai and Gabbar are working together, they will be completing how much? Plus 3 minus 2, that gives me 1 unit per day. They will be completing 1 unit per day. Yes, 1 unit per day. 1 unit, 1 day. Total work is 30 units. 30 units, how many days? 30 days. So this will be my answer.
Take 10 rolling.
We saw concept of alternate day work and also the concept of negative work. Now, if I merge these both, that is concept of alternate day work and negative work, that will give me a question something like this. Concept of alternate day negative work. This is very important and very tricky as well. Let me simplify it for you and pay attention. I hope you will be able to understand. Now, the question will be something like this. Jai can build a wall in 10 days, whereas my other character, Gabbar, will be able to destroy the same wall in 15 days. Jai can build the wall in 10 days and Gabbar can destroy the same wall in 15 days. If Jai and Gabbar are working on alternate days, how much time will it take to complete the work? Jai is who? He is a builder. And Gabbar is who? He is a destroyer. Yes? Now, my procedure will remain the same. That is, I have to assume the work. What will the work I'll have to assume is 30 units I'll assume as the LCM of 10 and 15. Yes? Now, the speed at which Jai works is 3 units per day. Since he is a builder, he'll be doing a positive work. Gabbar, 2 units per day. Since he is a destroyer, he'll be doing negative work. So effectively, when Jai and Gabbar are working together, they'll be able to finish how much work? They'll be able to finish 1 unit of work every 2 days. We saw it in alternate day work concept that they'll be completing 1 unit of work in 2 days. I hope you were able to understand this. Now, 2 units will be taken. How many days 2 units will take? 4 days. 3 units, 6 days. So on, so forth. My total work is 30 units and it will take 60 days. Yes? This here, my dear friends, is exactly wrong. Why is it wrong? Let's see. Now, allow me to take you to directly to 27 units. Now, 1 unit 2 days, 2 units 4 days, 27 units, how many days? Double of it. How many days will be taken? Yes, 54 days will be taken. Now, who will be the first one to work? Jai will be the first one to work. Why? Just start thinking, without the builder building anything, can the destroyer destroy anything? No. So, obviously, the first day, who will work? Jai will work. Next, second day, alternate day work, who will work? Gabbar will work. Again, the third day, who will work? Jai. Fourth day, Gabbar. Fifth day, Jai. Next, yes. So, if you observe carefully, on all the odd days, who is working? Jai is working. And all the even days, who is working? Gabbar is working. My 54 is an odd day or an even day? My 54 is a even day. So on an even day, who works? Even day, Gabbar works. Gabbar worked. Now, next day will be 55th day. Yes, 54th day. After that, there will be 55th day. Now, on the 55th day, odd day or even day? Odd day. Who will work on odd day? Every odd day, Jai works. So, Jai worked on the odd day. And he completes how many units of work in 1 day? The speed of work or the rate of work of Jai is how much? 3 units per day. So, he'll complete 3 units of work. Already 27 units were completed. Jai came on the 55th day and completed 3 units. Totally, how much work was completed? 30 units was completed. In how many days? 50 days. So, the total time taken to complete 30 units of work is 55 days, not 60. Yes. Now, after all this, you must be having one doubt. How did I reach this 27 here directly? Yes, it is very simple. 27 is nothing but I am subtracting the positive work from the total work. My total work is how much? I'll write it here as since my total work is how much? 30 units, and I have to subtract my positive work out of the total work minus 3 units. That will give me 27 units, and then I calculate the number of days and I go to the next day and take next day and add it to the work to get my answer has to be 55 days. I hope you were able to understand this. I know that it is a little bit tricky, and if you could not understand it, rewind it to the point where we started it off and watch it again. Now we looked into different type of questions where 2 men were working together, 3 men were working together, or negative work, or alternate day negative work. But is this all about time and work? Are these the only type of questions that will appear in time and work? No. The question can be modified in n number of ways. Like, what if someone is leaving in between? Or what if he's working at half of this efficiency for some number of days? Or he joins back after some days? Or he leaves at the exactly half of the work? Yes, these time and work questions can be twisted and turned and asked in many different ways. And these type of questions we'll be dealing in our advanced courses. If you want to watch more free videos, download our app LOL from the Play Store. And if you're benefited by the videos you just watched, do like and share them. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates. If you have any queries or doubts, please do drop them in the comment section. You can also reach out to me or my team through any of the social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram, the link for which is provided in the description below. You can also get latest updates about upcoming examinations and our new courses on our social media platforms.